First of all, I would like to thank very much VMZINC Umicore for inviting me, of being part for the second time to this award, which I trust as a highly valuable award, and they are really doing a great job towards the strengthening of the culture of doing architecture. That's the main aim of each and every awards, to my personal perception. We had a wonderful tour of the Rive Gauche projects before this afternoon, and on a larger basis, as an editor-in-chief of an international architecture magazine, my personal perception is that if we have a rule in architecture nowadays, is in regards to its complexity. Architecture is a very complex science, and being an architect, it's a great challenge nowadays. And I think this kind of award give floor to a certain discussion, which is very important to increase the knowledge of architecture internationally. One question which is important is, when you found an award, what's the message you are willing to give to the public with this award? Are you willing to marketing your product? There's really nothing about that, and I think a company like VMZINC Umicore should be entitled to do that. But I think that they have a vision which is much wider than this, because they understand that nowadays the dialogue between the industry and the architects it's a strong tool towards the quality of architecture. When I was mentioning the complexity of architecture, I'm meaning that to have a successful project today, an architect needs to have a technical table of people involved in the project, both on a consultancy level and on an industrial level, because it is impossible to keep a project under control if you don't really touch all these points with trusted partners. So I think that it is very valuable that a company like VMZINC launch and continues to invest in this kind of award, and the high quality and the number of entries that every edition witness. It's a proof that architects are really appreciating this investment. A few words about the jury. As Roger told, we were a quite international jury from really all over the world, so very different point of views. We tried to find a common approach. What were we awarding? What were we willing to discover and value? It was, of course, the use of things, but on a larger scale, the overall architecture, the dialogue of every and single building that we were judging in its environment. Could it be nature? Could it be a city? So how architecture was settled in its place, and whether it was a new construction or a renovation or an addition, we were really trying to judge architecture at a very complete scale, to have also a point of view in regards to the social aspects and cultural aspect of an architecture once become real, and once people are living or enjoying it. As I said, the jury was very international, and the entries as well were very international. New realization, renovation, very wide group of works. Not all of them were at the same quality, of course, but the overall average quality was indeed fairly high. I must say fairly high. And it was also interesting. We had quite a discussion with the jury, but at the end of the day, I think that every single decision was taken as an ensemble, and we were really all together in awarding who has been awarded a winner and a mention. So we really discussed pretty warmly, trying to convince the other for what we were thinking about each and every project. But at the end of the day, we were, I think, all quite happy about the results. One thing that was important to us was the way materials were used. Of course, pretty much in reference to the project that were renovation. So the use of zinc along with brick, so the comparison between old and new were always key and important tools for the jury. I think this is almost it in regards to the short story of this jury, which has been also good fun, I would say. Mm-hmm. And I think it's time to move quickly because we have a lot of awards to give. We will give winning awards and mention. I would like to move forward introducing my colleagues in the jury who will present the winner in the different and the mention in the different categories.